have a good time. So, hello, fellow Cravers, and welcome to what used to be our WWE Predicts. But as we said at the end of what was it? Clash of Champions.
The last, yeah, well, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a while. Well, the thing is, it was just before Christmas. Yeah. We're deciding to change things up a little bit with our predictions. So we would like to introduce you guys to the CTG Wrestle Podcast. The name is still being worked on.
Whatever it ends up being called.
So, as always, you have me, GD, and I am joined by my co-host, Hanksy. I would say, how are you doing, mate? But I can already hear you're not 100%.
Yeah, I'm struggling a little bit. I've had a touch of the flu, but yeah, I'm alright. I'm awake, which is better than a couple of days ago.
But, this Sunday is, I would say, one of our favourite pay-per-views, and also the start to Wrestlemania itself, the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And we kind of had a bit of an idea that we was going to be getting 2 Royal Rumbles this year. And
it's been hinted for a while, wasn't it? I mean, it's the rumour was going on for a while. It seemed to make sense. So yeah, the women's division has been coming on so much.
Yeah.
In recent years, the last couple of years, it made sense for this to happen, didn't it?
I just want to explain what we are going to be. You can see on the screen. So, of course, people know we've got our CTG Championship. Royal Rumble is a big shot, so we're going to be just having a Royal Rumble match with, I think Hanksy's figured out we have got the CTG Championship on the line.
Yeah.
Get that title off you, mate. Even if I've got to throw 29 other men into the ring, mate. Yeah, I think let's start off with the actual main Royal Rumble itself, the men's Royal Rumble. So we've kind of got an idea of a couple of people who are already participating in this year's Royal Rumble.
Well, we know counted them up the other day. We know about around 18 or 19 of them, don't we? I think.
Yeah. So just to name a few.
If I look at the picture.
Yeah. 1 second. Just name a few off the top of my head. So we've got John Cena, of course.
Yeah.
We've got Rusev, Aiden English, New Day are going to be there. Jinder Mahal is, I think they've said that he's definitely going to be there. Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
The Miz has also said he's going to be there. Just a couple more. I've got the actual list now showing up.
Yeah, I'm trying to think the others we've got.
WWE app has decided to kill itself. Go on, you can bring it through that. So I can't get onto the WWE all of a sudden. I don't know why.
Wait 1 second. So we've got. So we've got a picture. Okay, we've just got a picture of it. This year? Yeah. 28th. Yes, we will. So the picture I can see here, we've got Baron Corbin, we've got Rusev. Could well be Rusev Day.
Rusev Day is every day.
I so want it. I know. I love Rusev Day. You've got Bobby Roode, you've got Randy Orton, you've got Seth Rollins, good to this.
Yep.
And Roman Reigns. No, this is everybody, isn't it?
So the actual image itself, confusing. Yeah, it doesn't really give us a clear idea.
Image. It doesn't, because all these people win their own matches. So you got Shinsuke. We know Shinsuke's going in.
Yeah.
We know he's
Randy
inside the Hall. Randy Orton, we know.
Yeah.
Presumably Rusev and Baron Corbin.
Oh.
As you say, we've got New down there. John Cena we know of. And it's got Finn Balor on here as well, so I'm presuming Finn and Joe are going in as well.
Yeah, I think Finn Balor has also been announced for it. Oh, here, 1 minute. We've got 17 people who have already been announced. I've actually got the list.
Right.
So we have John Cena, Finn Balor, Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura, The Miz, Elias, Baron Corbin, Woken Matt Hardy, Bray Wyatt, Aiden English, who will win it, Rusev, Titus O'Neil, Apollo Crews, Ty Dillinger, Big E, Kofi, and Xavier Woods. So we know about 17 already who are going to be entering into it. So apart from that list that we've got there, who do you expect to see also entering this year's Royal Rumble?
There's going to be some surprises, isn't there? There is going to be some surprises. It's just a case of who's fit at the moment. That's the problem. I think the problem WWE at the moment have got is it's a little bit for the women as well to accept is the fact that they've had so many. As we were talking about before we started this podcast, wasn't it? There's been so many injuries.
Yeah.
You know.
I know one of the Singh brothers ended up getting injured. Not last Tuesday, the Tuesday before that, when they went to and attacked, God damn it, I forget Bobby Roode.
Yeah. I mean, I would expect, you could presume there's going to be some from NXT.
Yeah.
So, you know, you could...
Well, you're saying something from NXT. I mean, there's one thing that I've actually noticed quite well, and so we're going to talk a little bit about TakeOver later on. But have you noticed that a certain stable has not been involved with NXT since the last TakeOver?
Yeah, but I know it's with Sanity, but that's just the way NXT is filmed, isn't it? They go away for a while. It's like no way Jose's been away. Who turned up this week and been away for ages and ages. No real reason why. They tend to have a bit of a run and then they have a break, don't they?
Well, I'm thinking it more because we're talking not just the men's Royal Rumble, but the women's as well. We know that the women's, just from the main roster itself, will not fill a 30-person Royal Rumble.
No.
So, I just feel like that this might be a good time to bring them up and probably take things over. I would love that. I would love some kind of huge surprise just like that to just shape the whole...
surprise me. Yeah. I mean, it's... I think I've seen some NXT. I don't know who it will be. But I'm not sure it would be Sanity. I think you're more likely to see somebody like Velveteen or something like that come in for... it's basically, effectively, they're only coming in for it's like Ty Dillinger last year, wasn't it? It wasn't exactly in for long.
Yeah. You know? What about Adam Cole?
Possibly. He's got a match, isn't he?
Well, that's
a match at
TakeOver. Yeah, he's facing is Aleister Black.
Aleister Black, Aleister Black.
This is the thing. Even when it comes to TakeOver itself, the things we've seen some that do compete at TakeOver and then they do show up on the next night.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's not prohibitive, is it?
No,
not at all.
The thing is, if anything, they're both in the same area. They could easily. They're in both the same city. They can do
absolutely. This. Absolutely. I think in terms of the women, we're definitely going to see a number of NXT.
Oh yeah. Well,
coming to fill the ranks with the women.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the women's Royal Rumble itself. So, just seeing if I can bring up the list, because I'm expecting they'll be having a list on here about who's in that match.
Again, I think we've got about half of them, haven't we?
We have 18 so far.
18.
So far in the women's Royal Rumble, we've got Asuka, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, Bayley, Naomi, Natalya, Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, Mickie James, Tamina Snuka, Lana, Carmella, Becky Lynch, Dana Brooke, and Alicia Fox. Now it was 19, but unfortunately to Paige, she cannot compete. She cannot compete for the Royal Rumble.
No.
So we've heard stories about Paige at the moment, where some people are saying that she is now going to be forced to retire.
It's all very much. It's all weird, isn't it? It's all up in the air to us because you've got. I think was it Cage Side 6? One of the big wrestling sources who tend to be quite good.
Yeah.
And reported that she'd had this neck injury basically from, it was an accident in ring. She was had to be stretchered out. So it was neck injury, and it was going to be career ending.
Yeah.
And yet she's tweeted out since then something like 2018 will be my year, and will in a capital WILL. So and WWE not come out and said anything other than
that she
can't compete in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that's the weird thing.
So,
the thing is, if it was something like this, now we've had, by the sounds of things, Paige has suffered the same injury that Edge suffered. Now with Edge, as soon as they
again, that's only been reported by the one news agency. So I don't know.
The thing is, I think at the moment WWE don't know themselves. I think they're just playing it by ear. Yeah. But I'm hoping that it isn't a career ending. The thing is, how much she's struggled to get back into the WWE this past year, 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she's finally back up with is it Ascension? Well, not Ascension.
Yeah. No.
Absolution.
Ascension.
Yeah, poor Ascension. They'll do it one day. But yeah, Absolution. Bringing those.
And with that as well, Absolute, they came out this week. They came out. They've got their own T-shirts. They've got their own merchandise line and stuff like that. Yeah. Which again, you would presume they wouldn't be investing in that if it wasn't going to carry on.
The thing
is, whether she carries on as in-ring talent, and whether she carries on as a managerial role.
Well, that's what I think they're actually planning either way. If it does turn out that she's not allowed to wrestle again, I've got a feeling she'll take a managerial role with Absolution itself. Which the thing is, it depends on how long of a contract Paige has got with the WWE as well for this.
Yeah.
The thing is, I bet it's taken them a lot of time to just get her back into the main roster itself.
Yeah.
Because if anything, she is really talented, and what has she done for the WWE, especially for the women's division itself?
She's incredibly talented, and she's really liked as well. And I think she's actually this comeback has gone down really well. It's a real shame.
But going back with who we've got. So, like you said, we've got 18 people already lined up for the Women's Royal Rumble. That's still another 12 slots. And you're not going to fill it all with legends. The thing is, only have...
It's going to be some legends, and then there's going to be some NXT, and there'll be a couple of surprises.
Yeah, so, right. Who do you expect to see in the Women's Royal Rumble, then?
Who do I expect to see? Who's not being announced?
Yes.
Well, the big room is Ronda Rousey, isn't it?
Yeah. I do expect to see it.
That's a big room. It seems to be gathering too much traction now to not have some truth behind it.
Yeah, well, it's not just that. We know that Ronda Rousey is training in the Performance Center at the moment.
This is it. She's been saying.
And it's not just that she's a big enough name to be moved up straight to the main roster anyway.
Absolutely. So I think you can see Ronda Rousey. I think you can see Steph.
Oh well, no, Stephanie McMahon. Right, she is going to be at ringside. That's the thing.
She's going to be at ringside. Now I think she could enter at number 29, number 30. I think we could see. We've seen it before, haven't we? We've seen that before. We've seen it with different people in the past.
Yeah.
Where the King's done it twice, isn't it? To be fair, so Jerry Lawler's done it twice. A bit different, but I think we could see Stephanie in there. I think you're going to see some of the the NXT roster in terms of people like I don't think you'll see people like Ember Moon and stuff like that, but I think it's sort of like the mid down the card. I'm thinking possibly you're going to see people who were in the Mae Young Classic. I think for a start.
Well, I'm going to say
that sort of person.
When you said Ember Moon, now I think it also depends on what happens at Takeover. If Ember Moon does lose her title, I do see her entering the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. I don't see her losing the title this quickly, to be honest. It'll be a bit quick for them to change them over. But I do think, as I say, I think somebody like Kai was saying could come into it.
But then you think she might be coming up too quick?
Yeah, but they won't be bringing her up, will they?
They'll just have her for the Royal Rumble, yeah.
They just have her for the Rumble. We've seen this with, we've seen this in the past. We saw it with, as I say, with, we talked about it earlier, didn't we? Number 10.
Ty Dillinger.
Oh, Ty Dillinger. I know they brought him up. They didn't bring him up after the Rumble. They brought him up after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So I think you could see. Yeah. So they do use people. And haven't you just said about Killian Dane? He said he was in the Rumble. He wasn't actually in the Rumble. He was in the Andre the Giant.
Yes, he was.
Andre at WrestleMania. And then since.
So you won, mate. So this is the thing. Killian Dane has already had a WrestleMania moment.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's it. Yeah. So, and he's been in the Battle Royal, so it's. So this is it, isn't it? So I think you could quite easily see some of these people, and then there's I think you're gonna see some of the legends.
Trish Stratus. I expect Trish Stratus and Lita at least.
Trish Stratus looked very good at Raw 25 the other night.
Not just
a few of them.
Yeah, Tori Wilson as well. I noticed she looks ready for this as well.
Yeah. There's a few of them who were there. You think, okay,
we know what you're up to. We can see that you're ready for a match.
Yeah, I'm not sure Lita will be, because obviously there was a controversy over the fact that she wasn't invited to wrestle to Raw 25.
Which I find weird. Why wasn't she invited?
I don't know. It seems to be. She tweeted out, didn't she, that she hadn't been invited. There was a comment made. So I don't know what's going on there. But the thing with relationship between Lita and WWE has been a bit weird for a while. It's like they didn't sack her, but they effectively didn't because obviously she's had this contract with them for a while, doing the sort of like the kick-off shows and commentary and stuff like that. And then the contract wasn't renewed, and then they did renew it eventually, but after some time, but it wasn't straight away. And it's because she always used to do the kick-off panels and stuff like that, didn't she? She hasn't done the last few, so there seems to be some strain. Which I wonder whether that's anything to do with the fact that the Hardys are back.
Yeah. Well,
so it's not exactly good blood between
Hardys
and Lita.
Well, either way, I think both Royal Rumbles are going to look really good. I'm more excited about the women's myself because of it being the first time. But
yeah.
I know this is going to be tough to do this, but who do you see winning the Royal Rumble matches?
For the men, I don't know, but I do think it's going to be a SmackDown. I think it's going to be SmackDown.
Well, I agree with that because I don't think
if it's not SmackDown, then I think there could be a riot because
it's going to be Roman Reigns. That's why.
Yeah, because the rumor has been going for the last 12 months that Brock Lesnar was going to carry the title throughout the year, and then it's Roman at WrestleMania. Now, well, I didn't buy into that straight away, and I thought it was a long time. It does appear that he's definitely going to carry it through.
Yeah, now we're at a point where we're panicking.
Yeah, he's definitely going to carry it through to WrestleMania. So it would make sense. If anybody's going to take that title off, it would make sense for it to be Roman.
Yeah.
No, but as I say, if Roman Reigns won the Rumble this year, I think there'd be a riot. I'll be honest with you.
I'm surprised
the fans are not going to go for it.
I'm surprised that WWE is still pushing Roman Reigns. Myself.
I think he's got a bit more track since the Shield reunion, which obviously stuttered a bit.
That is fallen flat on his face so many times.
But he's definitely gathered some traction, I feel, with the WWE audience. I don't think it hates as much as it was.
I think it was mainly when he had a match with John Cena, because it got a lot of people, even us, a little bit confused, thinking, "Oh God, who are we supposed to be hating here? We're hating both."
So I think Roman's position's a bit better than it was, and I do think also if it's a choice between Roman and Brock Lesnar,
I would go for Roman Reigns.
Would go for Roman Reigns. So at least he's going to defend that. At least he'll be there every week, and he'll be a fighting champion. The fact that he's just dropped the Intercontinental, would also lead towards that, wouldn't it? So,
yeah.
So it's either going to be that Roman wins it,
or somebody from SmackDown.
It's somebody from SmackDown.
So, any particular person from SmackDown you would like to see? You're saying this now? No, not John Cena.
I'd like to see. I would like to see it be Baron Corbin.
I
would like it to be. I think he's had a rough year, actually.
Yeah.
And I think he deserves a shot.
Right.
He's carried the US title quite nicely. He did quite well with that. He's had some really good matches, and I think he deserves a shot.
Well, I'm going to say someone who, at the moment has not been announced for the Royal Rumble. A SmackDown guy himself, Dolph Ziggler.
It's a possibility, yeah.
I think...
But that's just a weird situation, isn't it?
It would be a weird situation, but at the same time, I feel like the rumours are that they are going to be giving Dolph Ziggler a huge, huge push. And why not have it start at the Royal Rumble?
I wouldn't be against that.
No, I think it would be a fun...
I wouldn't be against that.
Have Dolph Ziggler come back out of nowhere. Knocks out Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
And have that. I think I would love to see Dolph Ziggler win it and then go off into WrestleMania. Give him that moment again that I would say he does deserve himself. He's been the basically the new guy's punching bag for the last couple of years. I think it's time for him to have a run with the WWE Championship, a proper run with a major championship.
He probably deserves it. I think he probably deserves it.
Yeah, he deserves it more than Jinder Mahal did.
I was going to say the game. Jinder Mahal had 6 months of it, didn't he? Come on.
If you give it
Anybody deserves it more than that.
If you give it to Jinder Mahal, the guy who basically got it because you was breaking into India, and that failed, give it to someone who, like Dolph Ziggler, who, be honest, has worked his ass off for you guys. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about the women's then, mate?
If Ronda Rousey's in it, you presume Ronda Rousey's going to win it, don't you?
Well, this is the thing. I think it's between two people. I would say
Ronda Rousey and Oscar, isn't it? Sure.
Yeah. Just for the fact that Oscar is still undefeated.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, why a lot of people are saying this Royal Rumble has been built up because Ronda Rousey's there.
Yeah. Or the other thing that I saw, I heard this and I thought, I quite like that as well. Thinking about Ronda Rousey, what if Ronda Rousey gets screwed over at Royal Rumble by Steph, and then that leads to a WWE. Then you've got a WrestleMania match, Steph versus Ronda Rousey.
That would be
awesome.
That would be awesome. We could have it. What's it called? We could have
another option.
Steph and Triple H versus The Rock and Ronda Rousey, like we were going to have a couple of years back.
Yeah, it was in Texas, wasn't it? Was it Dallas, wasn't it?
Oh, was it Orlando?
No, I think it was the Dallas one, wasn't it? When, as I say, with The Rock and
Yeah.
So, I think there's a possibility she could get screwed on. But I don't know. As I say, who wins then? I don't know. It's got to be some. This is the first one, isn't it?
The thing is,
be somebody.
It's very.
It should be somebody who's. Yeah, it is. But it's the first one, and it should be somebody who's worthy of having that honour of being the first ever Women's Royal Rumble winner. Do you know what I mean? It deserves to be somebody, Which in a way, I hope it's not Ronda Rousey, because I think it deserves to be somebody who's worked their arse off to get. I think, to be honest, I think it was supposed to have been Paige. And obviously Paige isn't going to be there now.
Yeah.
And I think that would have had some. Considering, I think for all the stuff that goes on about who started the Women's Revolution and stuff like that, the first one to come up really from NXT, start it properly, was Paige.
Not only that, hold both what was Divas Championship and the NXT Women's Championship at the same time. She's the only person who's actually been able to do that. So
yeah, and I think it would have been nice if that could have happened. Obviously, that can't. So it's a case of who else. And I do. As I say, I hope. I think there's a possibility to be Ronda Rousey, but I'm hoping it'll be somebody who has put the effort in, week in, week out. You know.
Well, either way, mate. By the looks of things, both Royal Rumbles are going to be really fun, but they're not the only matches that's going to be happening on Sunday night.
No, it's some crackers actually.
Yeah, we've got 4 more matches. That is also going to be involved in there. We have. Yeah. Let's talk about the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Yes. So it is going to be the Usos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Yeah.
So it looks like Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin are becoming heel. Nice.
I mean, they appear to be, and yet at the same time, obviously the Usos aren't exactly face. So it's an interesting one, isn't it? This. The fact is, the Usos aren't exactly face, but people really love them.
I think it helped when they faced the New Day. The thing is, it ended up that
some of those matches were so good.
Some of the best matches of last year, I would say.
Yeah. Was it having the cell was just wow, to be fair. And I mean, so it's I think I don't know. I think this could be a really good match. Actually, it's going to be a really good match. Chad Gable, I think, in particular, is really. I think he's exciting a lot of people at the moment, isn't he? I think it was that last match. Was it? Did they have a match at Clash of Champions? No.
It was a. I think it was a fatal 4-way tag team match.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, and he really impressed in that match. I think. And I think obviously with Shelton Benjamin, you know, I mean, he's Shelton Benjamin. He's brilliant. He always has been. So, I mean, I think consider what's happened with Chad Gable over the last sort of 6 months or so, with him taking away his partner for this whole strange storyline.
It's got to hurt him a lot more as well that his partner's gone over to Raw and now he's currently the Raw Tag Team Champion as well.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know what, I think he deserves. I think they really deserve a shot at this actually. To be honest, I think they'll win. I think Benjamin and
Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable's going to be walking out as champion.
I think they'll win it. I think they deserve it. The Usos have had that title for a while now, on and off.
Yeah.
They've dropped it a couple of times, but on the New Day and that. But
I think it is now time that we have a new champion between. At the moment, it does feel like it's the Usos or the New Day on SmackDown itself. So it would be nice to see that we have someone else have a bit of a run with it. And I think out of everyone that's there, I think Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin are definitely 2 that highly do deserve.
I'll tell you what. I think at the moment the SmackDown. Me and Heavily were talking about this. The SmackDown tag team division is really strong.
Yes.
There's some really good teams in that. The whole Rusev Day thing, it might be started as a bit of a joke, but the people really like them, and they're both really good. Rusev's always been a fantastic performer. Aiden English has also always been a very good performer. He was brilliant on NXT. He got held back with the fact that Simon Ghost wasn't as good. Never was as good. And then obviously, there was the issues with the injury to, I think it was injury to Enzo, wasn't it? I think Enzo Amore, which we were not talking about tonight. But
no.
I think where I think there was the injury to him, which they were blamed for, and they were put back down the card a little bit. So.
I remember that. Well, they ended up getting a sort of shot at the championship.
Yeah.
And they said, "Nah, screw that. No."
Yeah. As I say, they were blamed, and he was held back because he's on go. So I would say, considering WrestleMania this year, There wasn't even a match. There wasn't even a SmackDown Tag Team Championship match.
Oh, it was. It was.
WrestleMania
It was on the kickoff show.
It was on the kickoff show. You see, you can't count that.
No, because it wasn't part of the DVD.
This was a title match.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes, put another tag team match on the kickoff, but not a championship match.
The thing is, I completely understand. At the end, it is WrestleMania. It's the night of the big matches, but I completely understand. The thing is, you should.
But there should be nothing bigger. There should be nothing bigger than a world title match. There should be. You know what I mean? If it's a world title match, it deserves to be on the main roster. It doesn't on the main show. It doesn't deserve. It shouldn't be on the kickoff show. No. When half the stands are still empty because they're all still
it was the one. It was a warm up match, if anything.
It was. It is what it is, isn't it? They're basically matches to test out the lighting, the sound, and just the rings, set up properly.
That's what the Cruiserweight Championship's for.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what the Cruiserweights are for. That's not
Cruiserweights. I do still feel a little bit sorry.
I think when you look at the division now as a whole, I think it's a damn sight stronger than it was. I think it's I think both cards have got decent tag team divisions now. And obviously there's a number of really good teams who we'll expect to probably come up over the next 12 months as well. So it's looking good for tag teams.
So I'm just getting this right. So you think that Gable and Benjamin are going to end up winning the tag team championships?
Yeah, I do.
What do you think it's going to be? 2-1, 2-0?
I think it's 2-1.
2-1.
2-1. We're saying that now. It might be 2-0 because they've got to get this.
They've got to get it out of the way. Yeah.
They've got to get it done in a reasonable time for the pay-per-view because they've only got 2 hour plus matches. So I don't know what way to say, but I do think they'll win it. I think they might win. I think they might lose the first and then win the second and the third. I think it's going to go like that. I reckon.
Well, let's stick with SmackDown a little bit. There has been a couple more matches been announced. While we've been sat here.
Is that really?
Yeah, so
because we need more matches.
Yeah, let's just talk a quick overview of the kickoff show matches, which is going to happen. Yeah. So we have Bobby Roode is going to be doing an open challenge for the US title. Who do you think will go up for that?
I don't know, really.
Oh, Dolph Ziggler!
Well, possibly, but then I don't know. Whoever it is, it's not going to change hands, is it?
The next match.
That's disappointing. I'm disappointed that he's on the kickoff. He shouldn't be on it again. It's a title match. He shouldn't be on the kickoff.
Well, the thing is, wasn't the US title final supposed to be at Royal Rumble anyway?
Yeah,
and then it got moved down 2 weeks before that, which is a bit sad. We have Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus the Revival. Of course, it's basically what happened during Raw 25, where the Revival pretty much got humiliated by the Balor Club and DX.
They were basically fodder.
I just noticed Aiden English is number 30.
You know what? They're basically fodder. But to be fair, if you're going to be fodder to anybody, then being fodder to the club and DX and part of NWO is pretty. It's a pretty cool thing to do.
Who do you think's going to win that match? Do you think Anderson Balor Club or the Revival?
I expect Anderson Gallows probably. I don't know. I think Anderson Gallows. I think there's going to be a bit of a push for Anderson Gallows because I think we're getting to an exciting phase. I think we're about to see a few sort of like a few really decent major stables. Because you do have. Obviously, I know it's stalled, as we said. You do have the Shield. We've got the club now. Obviously, we know that Sanity.
They're hovering somewhere at the moment. We just could feel them. One more match that's on the kickoff, mate. We've got Kalisto, Lince Dorado, and Gran Metalik versus TJP, Gentleman Jack Gallagher, and Drew Gullick. In other words, the masked cruiserweights versus the non-masked cruiserweights. I think this might be a little bit of a good time to talk about what is actually going to be happening next week for the cruiserweights. So, of course, we know that the Cruiserweight Championship is now currently being held by one of the greatest, most decorated champions ever, vacant. Great and powerful vacant.
Vacancy.
Yeah. So hopefully they'll be talking a little bit what is actually going to be happening with the championship. I expect myself they're going to do a tournament for that. But more importantly, they're going to be bringing a general. You are bloody kidding me.
What?
So I'm just going to say that. Right, last year during our Royal Rumble match, Aiden English has won our Royal Rumble 2 years in a row.
Again?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Anyway, yeah, like you said, we've got what's it called? General manager is going to be announced for 205 Live itself.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So, who would you expect to see, if anybody, be their general manager?
I don't know, really. It's a bit of a curveball, isn't it? I've not seen. I suppose it makes. It's the only one that hasn't got a general manager, so it makes sense that it does. But who? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it'd be good to see. To be honest, it'd be great to see one of the previous general managers come back for it, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Have Teddy Long back.
I'd love Teddy Long.
Yeah, he could be. I'd love
Teddy Long. Yeah, either Teddy Long or
Eric Bischoff. That would be weird. Yeah. Eric Bischoff being 205's Live's general manager.
You know, you could say I think Teddy Long would be awesome, and he'd come back, wouldn't he? He'd love it. He'd love it. You know what I mean?
So we're not going to mention who we think is going to win this match because, to be honest, it's just head and fodder. Let's fill up. And when we're saying testing the lights out, this is a testing the lights out match.
It'll either be one in a mask or one not in a mask. That's
nice way of putting it. It's either going to be that guy or it's going to be that guy.
Yeah.
So
it'll be a cruiserweight. It'll be a cruiserweight or it'll be Gold Dust.
Yeah, Gold Dust. Oh, Gold Dust. Oh no, that actually makes sense. He is actually there.
Hey. Maybe Gold Dust could become the general manager. There's one for you.
I would not be surprised. He has been messing around with the cruiserweights.
I think Dustin Rhodes is looking to retire soon. You know what I mean? And but you know what? He isn't looking to leave the company. He loves that company. I know. Cody's gone off and he's done really well, but Dustin is so close to his dad, and that company is so important to his dad. He ain't looking to go anywhere else. So that's a possibility.
It's not just that. We know that Vince and Dustin Rhodes, they are close really friends as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it does sort of make sense, especially him being there quite often as well.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it turns into Big Gold Dust.
Anyway, yeah.
It's definitely going to make me watch
more matches.
Yes.
So
matches.
What else have we got?
So I'm just setting up a match now on the screen. One of the other matches that we have, the Universal Championship match. Which I don't know what
this should be excited. It should be excited. Yeah. And it's not, is it?
I think it's more because we kind of have an idea of what is going to happen.
We've seen it before, haven't we? The only reason it's a fatal free, is because that Brock Lesnar can't wrestle a decent length match.
No. And what is going to happen
So by bringing...
back here, Braun Strowman's going to put him through a table again. Brock Lesnar's going to disappear for a while.
Yeah, basically Kane and I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Kane. I've always liked Kane. But how does he get into this match?
Just because him and Braun Strowman are having a little bit of a fight.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. But how has he managed to get into a championship position? You think about all the others in that roster that deserve championship shots. Kane is not at the front of that list.
No, definitely not.
And he's there to make up the numbers, to put three big guys together, so that Brock Lesnar can come out and win it and look indestructible, isn't it? And I'm just fed up with it now. I'm fed up with it.
The thing is, it kind of is more annoying for the fact that everyone wants Braun Strowman to have that championship, and he's been put in these matches over and over again, where we're thinking, well, he is definitely better than Brock Lesnar. He has shown many times that he's better than Brock Lesnar, but no, got to make sure Brock Lesnar's there for WrestleMania. We don't want him there for WrestleMania. If we wanted him there for WrestleMania, we wouldn't be booing.
I think Kane and Brock Lesnar will work together. I think that's how this is going to work. Actually, I think they'll work together to take out. WWE have got to be careful, because if Lesnar beats Strowman again, it just makes Strowman look slightly weaker.
Well,
and they can't have that.
Well, what was it? Was it Battleground that Brock Lesnar faced? Well, this is ironic, isn't it? That we've got Battleground on the screen now.
Yeah. That's why it is.
Yeah, so we had Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman there, and I'm going to be honest, Braun Strowman looked weak in that match.
Yeah.
Which he's not.
This is it, isn't it? No, exactly.
You've got
Especially the monster amongst men.
You've got a guy who
basically
pulled the Titantron down on these two and push over half a truck. What's an ambulance?
That was quite funny. Yeah. He could do it, and he managed to push over the ambulance without actually putting his hands on it at one point.
Yeah, he's really that good. It's his mind power. He just shouts at it.
He frightened it over.
Right.
I mean, it's I don't know. I'm just sick of it now. I'm just sick of it. Having Brock Lesnar hold that title for this length of time has just been so detrimental.
Well, we had it
to the brand, and it's just, I just don't know why they did it.
Well, we had it a couple of years ago, didn't we? And
it's not the first time.
It is basically following the first time, but instead of having John Cena and Seth Rollins there, it's now Kane and Braun Strowman.
Yeah. Having a part-timers should not be allowed to hold titles.
No.
It just shouldn't. Or if they are, it should be for a short length of time.
The thing is, I thought that they would have learnt from last year as well, when Goldberg ended up winning the championship. This is just proof how long Brock Lesnar has had it. He won it at WrestleMania last year.
Yeah, he's going to hold it for 12 months. And it's like, they shouldn't be allowed. At least when Goldberg, and don't get me wrong, I thought the whole Goldberg run was ridiculous, but at least he held that title. He held it from one pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He didn't bother to defend it in between, but he held it for one pay-per-view. That's fine. Okay, if you want to bring a legend back and have him hold it for one pay-per-view,
go ahead. Like they did with The Rock.
Sales at 5. Exactly. Absolutely fine.
The only difference is I like The Rock holding the title.
Yeah. But one pay-per-view and then they have to drop it. That's how it should be.
Well, then again, we never know. WWE might throw a curveball at us, and Braun Strowman might actually win on Sunday.
I'd be surprised, wouldn't you? I'd like that.
I would love that. Yeah,
I'd like that to be true.
If WWE wants me to be excited about a Roman Reigns main event at WrestleMania, put him against Braun Strowman. Yeah. I would love to see that match. I think that would be an excellent match.
I think everyone would. Yeah, it would. It would.
Not Brock Lesnar again.
I don't know.
You already tried that. You ended up having to put Seth Rollins out.
I think it'd be nice if you were right. I don't think you are right. I think Brock Lesnar will be walking out with it again.
Yeah. It's one of those things we're expecting Brock Lesnar to walk out of it. We would love Braun Strowman to walk out of it. And when it comes to Sunday, Kane is going to be the champion by the end of all this. So, let's talk about the other Raw match as well. We have the Raw Tag Team Championship: Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan versus Cesaro and Sheamus. By the sounds of things, Jason Jordan is actually injured.
Is he really?
Yeah, rumours are that it's an undisclosed injury, but I think they're holding him back a little bit. What do you think of this whole thing, Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins being champion at the moment?
I think it's a really interesting story.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure where they're going with it.
Well,
it's obviously been forced on him a little bit, hasn't it? Obviously, but then the Ambrose injury was a planned surgery, wasn't it? So they did know a while in advance that he was going to have this surgery, but it's obviously been planned for a while.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, it's knee jerk, but it's an interesting thing because obviously people love Seth.
Yes.
People really don't like Jason Jordan.
No one likes Jason Jordan.
I'm not sure if that was planned to be the right case.
Yeah.
Or whether it's just happened that way. No, they're definitely playing up on it now, and he's definitely playing it. He's definitely playing a heel performance in there. So to a point, which we've seen this before. This whole not quite a heel, but not a likeable character.
We did it with Sheamus. Well, they did it with Sheamus and Cesaro.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. So it's an interesting. I think it's an interesting story. So I'm just not sure where they're going with it. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens. Obviously, when Ambrose comes back.
Yeah. So do you think Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins are going to walk out champions, or do you think the Bar is going to be getting the titles back?
I think the Bar could. I think what could happen here is the Bar could end up winning the titles, but I hope so because I really like the Bar.
Yeah.
They've become one of my favourite tag teams. Actually, I really like the Bar. I think that what could happen is that, and I've not heard anything to back this up. This is me just thinking on my feet now. I think that they could win it. That it's going to be because of a cock-up between Jordan and Seth Rollins. Jordan will blame Seth, and then that will set up a feud, which will probably go on to WrestleMania.
I would like to see that, Jason Jordan versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. I think that would be a very interesting match.
I think that could be a good match. Yeah, I think so. And I think that's where it could end up. What do you think?
I personally think I would, the same as you actually. I think the Bar will end up winning the championship. I feel like that Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan are going to just implode. You can already see it starting.
It started this week a bit, didn't it? Obviously, Seth took Jordan out accidentally this week.
Yeah.
So
I think, like I said, I would like to see Seth Rollins versus Jason Jordan. I think it would be a really good match, and not just that, especially with Dean Ambrose being out for a while as well. I think this is something at least giving Seth Rollins a chance in a match at WrestleMania, and Jason Jordan as well. Even though this storyline's not kind of worked that well, I do think he does deserve his WrestleMania moment. This might be a good time to have it. So there's one more match.
Incidentally, do you know? Because obviously this is slightly off kilter, but because obviously Dean Ambrose is like, he was the Iron Man, wasn't he, as they call him, because he was basically fought more matches in the last 12 months than any other wrestler.
Yeah.
Across televised and house shows, he was like way ahead. Do you know who is now taken? Because obviously he's out injured. Do you know who's on the active roster? Who was the Iron Man at the moment?
AJ Styles?
No, it's Jimmy Uso.
Really?
Yeah, it's Jimmy Uso.
Well done, one of the Usos.
It's all the house, because he does all the house shows. Fandango is in the top 5.
Well, Fandango, he's a crowd favourite, that's why. He's simple enough. Who does not like Fandango?
top 5. No, top 5. He does so many house shows. And I mean, this is what you really, and it's so people like Fandango and the use, isn't it? So what you realise, isn't it? Obviously, we see the television. You think like with Fandango, you think, well, why have they still kept him around? Because they haven't exactly used him and Tyler Breeze particularly well.
Yeah.
We really like him, but they haven't used him particularly. And then you realise it's because they're just such. Yeah, and you just realise they're such hard workers, you know, and fair play to them. Absolutely fair play to them.
So we've got one more match we want to talk about on Royal Rumble. It is for the WWE Championship itself. AJ Styles.
Which is far more exciting.
Yeah, AJ Styles
this is
versus
far more interesting of the two.
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a 2-on-1 handicap match. We might have a dual WWE champion by the end of Royal Rumble.
I think we are going to have a dual WWE champion.
I do too. I do think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
I think it's going to be hilarious.
It's going to be a great championship.
The best spell of last year was the spell where Kevin Owens had that US title and was being backed up by Jericho.
Yeah. And then when he had the actual Universal title and Jericho had the US title at the same time.
That was the one. So that was the one I meant. So yeah, when he had the Universal title and Jericho. Now obviously it was Kevin Owens' title, but they acted as if it was the title that had been same. I think this could be absolute gold for him because they're both so liked. Although they're both heels.
Yeah, but they're great
so
heels.
Liked. They are fun. I mean, both so good on the mic. And obviously loving what they're doing at the moment. And I think we're going to run them for a while, and then I think we're possibly looking at a match later on in the year with Jericho.
Yes. Wait, do you think Jericho will be coming back to WWE?
Oh, at some point, yeah, of course he will.
Because at the moment, he seems to be having... He seems to have a great run with what's happening at New Japan Wrestling at the moment.
Yeah, but that's a short-term thing, isn't it? And then he's back on tour, which is why I think he's not done. The reason he hasn't come back to WWE is because with the televised stuff, you've got to build up a decent run.
Yeah.
And we can't do that because he's back on tour. So for WrestleMania weekend, he's actually booked to be playing with Fozzy, isn't he, and stuff. So he's he's obviously he was at Raw 25, wasn't he?
He was in the backstage, yeah.
Which was brilliant.
Putting everyone on the list.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
We accidentally
I think he's still going to be. I think he'll be back to WWE before the end of the year. WWE is his home. He's doing stuff in Japan. Vince is, he's not asked for permission, but it's been basically hints that he did talk to Vince beforehand, and Vince is cool with it. He thinks it's great, but he'll be back. Definitely.
So, mate, we have kind of run out of time. We ended up having 2 matches. We were supposed to be just having the Royal Rumble itself.
But there's a lot to talk about tonight, wasn't it?
Oh god, yeah.
There's a lot to talk about.
Quick mention at NXT. So I know that we've got Adam Cole versus Aleister Black. Who do you think is going to win that match?
Probably Aleister Black. I know. I don't know. Depends on whether the rest of the Undisputed Order era come in. I think they've obviously got a match, haven't they? So.
Yeah. So Undisputed Era are going to be facing off as a pain with the NXT Tag Team Championships on the line. Who do you think is going to win that match?
Again, I'd expect it to be Authors of Pain.
Authors of Pain? Are you going to get the title back?
Yeah, I think so. Don't you?
Actually, no. I think Undisputed Era is going to end up holding it.
I don't know. I think it'd be interesting to see. I think that division's looking really exciting as well at the moment. Particularly the fact that the likes of you've obviously got the likes of heavy machinery and stuff like that in there, but we know War Machine is coming in soon as well. Yeah. That's going to be pretty catastrophic, I think. So interesting to see.
Next match, Women's Championship: Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler.
Ember will carry on with it, but I do love Shayna Baszler's attitude. I think it's amazing. I don't give a shit attitude she's got. It's just brilliant.
I'm going to disagree with you. I think Shayna Baszler.
You think she might pick it up?
Yeah, I think we're going to see Ember Moon join the main roster soon, and I think this might be a good time to do it. And
problem is with Ember. I really like Ember Moon. The problem with Ember is the fact that because obviously she's been around for some time, and she would forget that because obviously she's only had the title from one pay-per-view, but obviously she fought Asuka for it 2-3 times out of that injury in the middle.
Yeah.
And in fact, if it hadn't been for Asuka, she'd have had the title once ago, wouldn't she? So yeah, you're possibly right. I think it's really interesting.
And of course, the final match, NXT champion Andrade Cien Almas versus Johnny Gargano, or also known as Johnny Wrestling.
Johnny Wrestling. I think Johnny Gargano's going to win.
I want him to. I would love him to win it.
If he doesn't win it, it's just been a bizarre storyline. It just seems to have gone nowhere with it.
Yeah.
Because Andrade Cien Almas, he hasn't even been seen really since the last pay-per-view, has he? He's been very, I haven't seen anything of him yet.
It's not just that. I find it weird with Almas holding the championship.
It just doesn't seem right, does it? I don't think he deserves such championship.
But by the sounds of things, he was going to win that championship anyway. Even if what's it called? Drew McIntyre was going to get injured.
It wasn't because of Drew McIntyre. Yeah, it wasn't because of Drew McIntyre's injury. By all accounts, he was down to win that. Right? It's just quite bizarre, right? I don't know.
So anyway, mate.
Yeah.
That is NXT TakeOver Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And of course, Royal Rumble 2018. Both of them, of course, NXT is this Saturday on the WWE Network. Same with the Royal Rumble this Sunday on the WWE Network. It's the start of the road to WrestleMania. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Just one more thing I wanted to add, and that is about the Royal Rumble itself. Just for everyone to think about. Pete Dunne. What if he's there?
That would be interesting. I think you're possibly right. We didn't think about the Brits.
Yeah, think about us. We are strong.
If not Pete Dunne, and I think we've got a strong shape for Pete Dunne. Definitely the likes of Trent Seven or Tyler Bates. Definitely.
Either way, I've got a feeling there is going to be a little bit of UK flavour in this year's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Maybe really in both Royal Rumbles. Who knows?
Yeah. That's good, really good show.
Well, anyway, Hanksy, again, thank you for joining me for this podcast-ish type thing.
whatever it's gonna get called.
Hopefully, one day we will name this. If you guys have got a good idea what to name our podcast, please leave it in the comments below as well. And of course,
that's dangerous.
I'm just saying that we might not take all of it. Please be nice. But of course, if you enjoyed this, we will be back for guessing it's going to be Fastlane or Elimination Chamber next. Whichever they decide.
It's Elimination Chamber, isn't it?
Is it?
I think it's Elimination Chamber the next one. I think so.
So hopefully Elimination Chamber next. Of course, if you enjoyed this, subscribe and like the video as well. And we will be back next time for some more WWE predictions. Until then, thank you and goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Kane's got the championship. And our CTG champion is Aiden English. Again. No, he never won it.
He shouldn't be the champion.
He's the champion.
On at WrestleMania.
You're basically going to take him on at WrestleMania. We'll see if you can survive Elimination Chamber, mate.
It's an unfair thing. Outrageous.
Goodbye, everybody.
Good. See you in a bit.